5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode, and gals, welcome to another episode of Away with Words, the podcast. It's your girl Bree Story.
And it's a Tati.
As you know, Asia is having a personal day today, so she's out doing her thing, showing her love and wishing her back next week. But let's get into this check-in. Michael, I want you to start checking.
Oh, jeez. Every time?
You're just giving me a vibe. You just be giving me a vibe.
But,
and it's like, it makes me curious.
Okay.
You know?
So, I'm about to say August for some reason.
Augustina?
No.
No.
Physically, every time I drink, I feel warm immediately.
Yeah.
So that's always amazing. Emotionally, I'm feeling overwhelmed. Just a lot this week / weekend and things.
All the things.
And then just always thinking about work stuff.
Yeah.
Making money and stuff like that. So I'm just a little overwhelmed right now.
Make that money, girl. Let it make you.
My attention is on my creativity.
Yeah.
And feeling like I need to figure out new ways to be creative and put my own work out that I'm really, really proud of. So I'm just trying to figure that out, basically. And spiritually, I feel challenged. So it's interesting kind of couple of days, you know? Thank you for your time.
Word. So, physically, I am feeling tired. I'm a little sleepy. It's just still, I don't know. I feel like my day, probably because like I got up, I kind of like overslept a little bit. So it was kind of like when I got up, it was like an immediate like and I was like, so I feel like I'm trying to catch up with myself, type of thing. Just catch up with my mental state, trying to catch up with my physical state.
Right.
We're up. Yeah, like we're here. Emotionally, I feel emotional. Like I'm very I just feel emotional. Like I said this once before that how I feel like
What? I was gonna touch your hand and then you.
Oh, and I moved it.
I was like.
But I said this before. I feel like just very open. Like I feel vulnerable right now. Like I feel like I'm easy to make mad. I'm easy to make happy. I'm easy to make sad. Like I just feel like my emotions right now are very just vulnerable to any like outside elements right now. My attention is on another birthday as usual, and I'm always getting prepared for these birthdays. We got Asia's birthday coming up. Yeah. We got my great grandma birthday coming up. She's gonna be 95, y'all.
Dang, that's amazing.
And then we got MJM's birthday coming up. So just
MJM, that's
all the birthdays, and then I finally get a little break in July.
Come on.
Right.
Oh, no, that's July, take your sweet time.
Break. Spiritually, I feel strong. I think like as time goes on and just just getting older and just as things happen, like I just realized that I'm a very just spiritually strong individual. Like and I appreciate that about myself. I feel like that's probably one of my best attributes is that I'm very solid.
Yes.
So that's that.
That's the truth. That's the truth for that. Thank you. Physically, I'm hungover.
Hey now.
You made the hungover face for it.
I'm hungover because I just don't know when to stop. You know, and it's like. It's cool for liquor to just be there, Brianna. Like, the bottle can just be there, and it can just be there, and it can be saved for later. Like, you don't have to finish the entire bottle.
I battle with that, too.
It's just, you just don't have to. It's all coming out. So I took so many shots last night of Jack Daniels, and then I went out And then I came home and like it was just like.
Oh, you did the shots before you were out.
Yeah.
So you probably drunk more once you were out.
Yes. So it was just a lot. So I'm hungover. Emotionally, I'm feeling. For the first time ever, I'm not sure what I'm feeling. I don't feel like I feel anything negative, but I just feel like I need to regain my emotional stability, like so to where I know what I'm feeling and like that's what I feel like for however amount of time. So I don't know. That's pending, and my attention is currently on. My attention is currently on making this upcoming week much better than last week. Last week was all types of wild, just like in every single area that you can think of for it to be OC. I'm not gonna get into too many details, but it was OC. But so I want this week to just be a little bit more, and I think that sometimes I let things like if one thing is not going well, then I can't put all of my focus on everything else. So like. My apartment was just real messy and like I wasn't cooking dinner on a regular basis. I wasn't working out last week. Like everything was just like, bleh, like fuck it, just fuck the whole week. So this week, back to that. So that's what my attention is on. And thanks. And spiritually, I feel similar spiritually as I'm feeling emotionally. And probably once I get my routine back together, I can hopefully get those things back stable. But that's where I'm at.
Sweet.
Dissy. So all types of fun stuff been happening. I'm so excited, y'all. You know my favorite part about the NBA Finals? When that shit is done and all of my hoes start texting me back again because you be texting these boys and you don't even realize what's happening. Especially when you got a boy that like you got a good rapport with and we got a good little routine going. And all of a sudden I text you and it's just like, that took you a real long time to like respond to this hey. All I said was hey. You could have just been like hey. But it took you 4 hours and then I think about it like, oh, them damn basketball games on. So, go to
That's a great thing. I love playoff season. It's so exciting. I love it. I have learned about myself though that I can't watch all the games. Because basketball, things can change so easily. And it really gets my pressure up. Like, I be stressed. So I do have to take, like, days on, days off, where I just check online. But that don't matter because at the end of the effing day, Golden State swept the Cavs. So, clap it up, guys, everybody. Yes.
If he wasn't such a crybaby, it wouldn't even be such a thing to want him to lose. But LeBron is such a crybaby to me. It's so annoying. He's a great basketball player.
Amazing.
But he's such a baby.
And I feel like I've always known that he was a great basketball player. I've always felt like he was a great player. But this particular season, for sure, I feel like definitely made it stand out to me how amazing he truly is. Because his team is terrible. Terrible. And the fact that he made it past my Celtics, who were supposed to be there, and not the Cavs. The fact that he just himself, because nobody else was there, just LeBron, was able to get
like they're
there.
On his back. He's make yourself useful.
He was like, we going. So that let me know how great he truly is, but still just, no. Yeah, no. Like, I appreciate him for certain things, but the same things that I appreciate him for bringing to the game are the same things that make me dislike him for the way that he handles it.
Yeah, like, how he handles stuff on the court.
It's just horrible at life.
I'm definitely not a sports girl no more. I used to be hella sporty. I used to be hella sporty Spice, but now I'm back to being Scary Spice. But I just love it. I love when it's the end because I love to see black men hug each other.
Oh, definitely.
I love to see black men hugging their mamas, and that's a lot of what happens at the championship game, like when it's over. So that type of stuff, I fucking love that. And then I like when I get my hoes back.
Especially sports really are like the biggest. Like, it's crazy, the whole, like, it's up there, like, with music. Like, you are so invested, because when it's my team and we went, and you're seeing that moment of the happiness,
It's
you'll
real.
be there. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yes. That's
Like,
why
you
people
be
take to
so
the streets.
happy.
That's why people do these
Yes.
parades and like because
It's
people
so
really are
exciting.
passionate.
Ooh, Chicago be lit because we've been winning a lot of stuff lately. So
wow.
it be lit out here. Be real lit. Speaking of litness, On the Run 2 has officially begun. They had their first show. It was overseas. Right now, have they had enough of that? Like,
Yesterday.
yeah, so they
Yeah,
had
second
two
show.
shows. They had two shows.
by now.
You know, they over across the pond, so they're not here yet.
That's fine.
But
I don't know why that reminded me of Winnie the Pooh, and it made me feel warm.
But because of that, of course, there's been all types of footage and
Can y'all
videos and
stop?
pictures
Yeah.
all over Instagram, and
Yeah,
it's putting me in a
Ooh,
real
oh, show that stuff.
mental struggle. Like, it puts you in a very bad position because it's Beyonce and Jay-Z. And if you love them like most humans do, you're like, of course I want to look at this picture. But also, if you're going to the concert, like we all are, it's like, you don't want to spoil it.
Exactly.
But I indulged and I spoiled images and quick 30-second clips. I won't watch anything that's like, you know, like 2 minutes,
Right.
5 minutes. Like, if it's 60 seconds and under, I'm in there, like somewhere. But
I filtered out most of like just like this hashtag on the run and on the run too. Like I'm trying to avoid it at all costs, but you cannot really. But I've been able to avoid like I haven't seen any clips. I have not come across any like video because I definitely would be waving my finger over it like. Ugh. But I have seen images and. First of all, everybody needs to stop coming at Jay-Z because at the end of the day, no matter what he looks like,
what would they say?
that is his wife. They are married. Okay, so there's a picture that just came out, I guess, yesterday. And I saw it because Lil Duval posted it and was like, okay, let's address the elephant in the room. Like, y'all look stupid as fuck. Jay, why did you let the photographer, like, talk you into this? But it's a picture of Beyonce and Jay-Z naked. And Beyonce is like curled up,
Right.
so he's like holding her whole body.
Right.
So like she obviously her legs are covering his genitals, like her breast, like nothing is showing, obviously.
Right.
But I guess just the way that they're positioned. First of all, I thought it was a beautiful picture. But Jay-Z is not fucking, you know, he doesn't have washboard abs or like, you know, but we're not coming into it thinking that he would. Like, what are y'all talking about? So anyway, I don't know. I just want people to stop coming for Jay-Z.
And his body isn't necessarily like.
It's not bad. He doesn't have like a. I mean, he kind of.
No. I mean, like in the pictures, it's not like he like.
Right. The focus
Like
is not on him.
yeah, like
Holding his wife.
Yeah, like it's not like a picture that's really showing off his body to make
Right.
people be like what? Like
Right.
the focus is always Beyonce.
Always Beyonce.
And I'm just here because I'm her husband.
I am her pride.
Like, and I know people
But
were talking
that's
about
what
how
it's
stupid the pose looked too. Like people
Yeah,
were like,
that's what-
what are y'all doing?
I think that's what he was saying.
And-
like the pose was stupid,
Yeah.
but also just like I don't know, because he centered it at Jay-Z like, Jay, why would you let the photographer talk you into this? And he was like, I'm not doing it but sitting here and holding my wife.
They probably expect way more from Jay-Z because he's so fucking cool. So they probably just, like they expect his cool to always like step in and be like, this just don't.
And Jay-Z
seem
has
like
been
something
telling
I
us
would
for the
do.
entire 444 era that shit don't keep marriages alive. Like all of that cool shit don't keep you with your wife. And sometimes you gotta get real raw and vulnerable with her.
I mean, look at your wife.
Look at your fucking wife. First of all,
Who cares about any of
First
that?
of all, and I'm sure he don't. I'm sure he does not. Especially after all of that they've been through and all that he probably had to go through to get to this space of like what they're giving us with On the Run 2, I'm pretty sure is like the moment of, you know, the part in Lemonade when her vocals are like, and it's like, so we're gonna heal. That part, she's giving us that. Like, this is what it looks like to be healed.
It's healing and unity.
Oh shit. That really just is too much for me. Like
You
it's
just
too
look at this.
much. It's just too much. And then the picture, I did see also the picture of her in that thong. And
Oh,
Beyonce's ass, y'all. It's never not. I just don't feel.
And that's
like,
the tour book that everybody is getting those pictures from. That's the
Oh.
book. You can buy that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is it online right now?
No, I have to get at the
You have to go to the
concert.
concert. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. And that's another thing too. This is like a different ball game because I always set myself up at Beyonce concerts where I'm like, first of all, I paid a good grip for this ticket. If I come here broke, I'm just coming to have a good time. But I can't do that this time because I want everything. I want everything.
We'll be there when the gates open.
Yeah,
Don't
like
play.
oh my god, oh my god. 'Cause I want everything. I really truly do. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna try to. I'm trying and attempting to go in the mindset of I'm not buying nothing.
Yeah.
Like I want to really be like.
Yeah.
No,
But
like,
you're probably gonna see something and
done-
you're like, I need at least that. I need
And
at
I
least that.
like
Whatever that is.
it's not
whether
even so much that I know I don't want nothing, but I'm telling myself like you're not about to spend $200 on a ticket and another $200 on merch.
Yeah.
That's the vibe that I feel
probably
like I'm willing to spend. But if it's up there like T-shirts, $150, $175, like
And it will be.
that's what I won't partake in.
I just want to. But I'm just praying to God that they give us a DVD. Like, can they just stop not giving us DVDs?
I mean,
Like,
they'll probably take
They'll
us
give
to
you
HBO again.
specials.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
you
don't
get
want-
HBO specials now.
I don't want that either. I
Because
want
On
it
the
in
Run
my
1 is
possession.
not on there no more, is it?
I don't think so.
So that's
I like the
knowing that
HBO
it's over-
special,
I love it,
but
no.
I feel like
After that.
right after
When that's
that,
over,
the
give me the
DVD should
DVD.
still come out.
Exactly. Yes.
Like, it should. I do like the
Because
anticipation of it for the people that didn't see it, like to
Right.
still get to see it in
And
kind of a
see it from-
grand
right,
scheme,
from
like
a grand angle.
here we go, like.
I had to unfollow all the Beyonce fan pages.
Yeah.
They were just spilling everything.
Every-
single thing. I'm like, whoa.
I mean, literally,
Oh, I
like
don't follow
from
none of those.
I
from
followed like
start to
4.
finish.
I saw like
I
4
did see
pages.
a set list.
Yeah.
I read, and
Yeah.
I
had
didn't
to
want to
skip through
read it.
I skipped
I
through
I
it.
read it all. I was like, and it was small, so I had to really be like, wait, okay, that one. And then I was like, okay, it'll probably change up. I
It's
feel
slow.
like
Oh,
as
it's
time
definitely
goes.
changing.
So I was like, I'll never.
Especially by the time it
By
gets
the time,
here.
I'm gonna say, by the time they get to the States, it'll probably be a whole new show. Like,
And a new
Album.
and
I hope so.
Paris is their last show overseas. They do everything new for Paris. Because they love Paris.
Right.
So they're going to probably change it by then. Like,
oh God.
because on the Run, the first time, they didn't get to go overseas or all those other places. They only did Paris for the first tour.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they're probably doing that stuff for them. They're going to change it for us. It's just a lot I'm thinking about.
I'm stressed.
It's overwhelming. But I'm more stressed about these dances. You know, that's my thing. I
I'm
got to watch
stress
these
sucking.
girls.
I'm just so stressed. I'm just.
I'm like, that made me so
Okay.
nervous. Oh my gosh. So,
All right.
in way sadder news.
Way sadder.
Legendary Kate Spade and legendary Anthony Bourdain both committed suicide within
Same, it was
two
the same
two
week.
days.
Yeah, it was definitely.
2 or 3 days of each other. First it was
Yeah.
Kate Spade, and then we heard about Anthony. And shockingly, it was both. They both did it by hanging
Yeah.
themselves, which, as we discussed, previously how violent
Yeah.
of an action that is, and you're knowingly like putting yourself through the pain.
Yeah.
So that was shocking. They were both young. They were both. Kate Spade was 55. Anthony Bourdain was 61.
Yeah.
So they were both really close in age. I have heard about Kate Spade though that her sister said that she's been battling being like bipolar like her whole life, and her sister made a statement of saying like that this is just an unfortunate end to a long battle, and then her husband also said that she's been dealing with depression and anxiety, and she's been seeing a lot of like counselors and therapists like the past 5 years. So it sounds like Kate Spade definitely had personal like issues and demons that she had been dealing with for a while and trying to get help with, which is why mental health awareness is so important.
Yeah.
And Anthony Bourdain, I haven't heard much as far as like his mental. Like I haven't heard like everything about him like has been me seeing people be like, I can't believe this. He was such a happy free spirit. Like I can't believe, like I don't know where this is coming from. It seems like it's been more of a shock for the people close to him than the people close to Kate Spade.
Yeah.
Like, but I also don't know much about him either.
Yeah. Until you told me that, I didn't know that well, I did see that everybody was more shocked by Anthony Bourdain's, but I started seeing a lot of stuff about when he was younger, like things that he battled with like in the past. Like I think that they were saying that he had like a heroin addiction at one point. But other than that, like all of this was just like what he was shooting a special. He was working on continuously working. It wasn't like he had retired, So it was definitely unfortunate all the same, but just very sad. just make sure that we are checking on people. I was very enthralled in just the idea of creatives and how creatives have this persona of always having an outlet, like because we create art and like we always have a way to like get it out, whatever it is that we're thinking or feeling, but sometimes that's not enough. I posted that to my Insta stories the other day, and I had a lot of people responding to me saying all the things that you do battle with, and I was like, wow, that is true. Like it, like you know, the battle with keeping up the same facade or keeping up the same image or the same character all the time, and battling with feeling like people care about your art but not about you, or care about you as an artist but not about you, like all of these different layers. So just make sure that you're just showing love to the people that you know, because you really never know what people are going through. Like, you know, people close to Anthony Bourdain are literally shocked, like had no idea that this was even running his mind. So
yeah, it's definitely
unfortunate.
Definitely sad. And then, you know, other sad news from, what was this, like a year ago? The Post
shooting?
Yeah, maybe a year ago. The Post nightclub in Orlando, Florida. The gay club was shot up. There were like 49 deaths, I think, something like that. It was a high number of the death toll, but a lot of the survivors of it, or the family members of the ones that did pass away, are suing the city, and they're also trying to sue about 30 of the police officers that were on call for that night. They're saying that they feel like law officials had like a lack of concern for their well-being, and because they mentioned that the officer who was on duty that night, who worked the door, they mentioned that when the gunman came in, that he engaged with the gunman, but once he felt like he was being outgunned or overpowered, he left to get backup, which I feel like he kind of didn't have a choice. Like, you needed to get backup, but that's the thing. Like, he didn't come back. Like, he just left all the people in there defenseless. Like, he didn't, ride out the way you expect the people that have said that they're giving their life for this. Right. You were supposed to die in here with us, like right. type of thing. Like, not leave us right. or whatever. So I said he didn't come back. Then they said that once officers did get on scene, that there were about a dozen officers that didn't even go into the club, that they just stayed outside detaining the people that were able to get away, like stopping people from like calling like their loved ones or going home, and just more so rounding people up as they would come running out, just detaining those people instead of focusing their attention on like everybody should be inside. Yeah. Like, you shouldn't be focused on us, like everybody should be inside still trying to get this person. Right. And then at one point, it turned into a hostage situation once he was held up in the bathroom and he had some of the people in there with him. That once it became that, all the police officers left the club because now it was a hostage situation. But while they were trying to figure out what their next move should be, they said it took about 3 hours before they decided to go back in and take action. And it's like, I feel it's weird.
No logic in that.
It's weird thinking about it, because it's like, as much as like, we can't stand like the stories of the bad police officers and stuff, it's like, it's still a job where it's like, they're putting their life on the line every day. So it's like, I hate to try to tell you, like, I can't tell you how to do your job. It's how I feel. Like, I don't feel like I necessarily know, like, what the right protocol should have been, or how you should have handled it, or how you're supposed to go about hostage situations. But it's like, from the victim's point of views and their families and everything, it's definitely understandable to be like, under no circumstances should you have had these people in there for 3 hours. Right. And then on top of that, this is one person. Right. How was one person shooting up a nightclub for all these hours without, because at some point it's so many police officers, even if they're like other casualties, y'all could have been, in my mind it seems like if everybody ran in there, we could have been got shot down, and just but it's just the people that was in the front would have been hurt, of course, but it just seems like there would have been it seems like that the protocols and the precautions they were taking was more so of trying to preserve the lives of their officers than preserve the lives of the people. Yeah. And unfortunately, like, that's not the oath you took. Right. Like,
you're armed.
Right. Not. And you took the oath that I'm taking this job, I'm willing to die for the sake of others.
Right.
Like, they didn't take that oath. So it's like the main concern should not have been the team and how we're going to make sure we all get out of this.
Right.
It should have been, how are we going to get these people out of there?
Right. Yeah. And what was the ethnicity of the shooter?
White. No. Was he white? I don't know for sure.
And I asked that because unfortunately with the way that policing is with black people, you gotta wonder how much more work would have been done by police officers to gun down or to kill a black person who was committing a crime like that, as opposed to how we always see like people, white people doing that, like committing mass shootings and mass murders in that way, and being taken care of so well, just like calmly, just like calmly being removed from the situation, or just like being taken care of, essentially. But like you just being black and walking down the street, you getting thrown to the ground and called out your name and shot and killed in a lot of situations. So it's just like, it's also fucked up to just have to think about what would have been different had that shooter been a black person. But stay la vie.
Yeah. In the petty parlor, we have another part of Golden State winning the championship.
I didn't even know he was on it.
I didn't know either.
I knew it. That's what I said.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Like,
yeah, I had no idea that Nick
say
Young
that.
was on Golden State, but apparently he is. And
Which team was he on before?
the Lakers.
The Lakers.
He was on Lakers, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So apparently, like they're all celebrating. The locker room is hype. Like everywhere, everybody's all excited. So cameras are just following them, and I don't know if the reporter actually asked him a question or if he's just talking out of like happiness, but he's just like, yeah, I went from getting snitched on to putting a ring on, and just like, hey, like I'm a winner now, I'm a champion now.
So what that have to do with anything?
So of course this gets back to Iggy, because everybody's assuming that you're referencing your cheating scandal, when he probably felt like people were like real against him when that happened, and saying like, but now look at me, like now I'm a champion. But and of course they got back to Iggy, and Iggy felt like that was very uncalled for. Like, and she said like, just because a lot of time has passed and I've moved on doesn't make it a joke. Yeah. Like, it's still cheating. We were still engaged. You still were having women in our house that I caught on camera. I was still brokenhearted. And at no point, 20 years later, it's not a joke. And like, and she even said, she was like, why can't you celebrate and be a champion without mentioning your dirty dick? She was like, you don't have to reference that. And then of course, like him, and I even think his kids kind of like got him like tweeting stuff. Like,
how old are his kids?
I don't know. It was like I had seen. Don't quote me on this.
Okay.
I'm not positive, but there was somebody in relation to him.
Okay.
That was like tweeting stuff, just kind of saying like, like girl, like the. Let that go or get over it, and like, and then he said like I'm not talking about you unless you was snitching, like, and everybody was trying to like make light of it. Yeah, and it's just like, you know what you said, you know what you meant, and she has every right to 10 years, 100 years, a million years later to always say, that's not funny to me.
Just leave her out of it. Leave that situation out of it.
Like, it's not funny to me. Like, I'm never gonna think it's a joke. So that's just not.
I feel like dudes just don't get their ass beat enough. Because if we could just beat their ass every once in a while, and that be a thing, like even physically, because probably wouldn't go down that way. But if we could just have it so niggas just get their ass whooped every once in a while, just to humble them. Shut the fuck up, Nick.
By their friends. I feel like I would like it if it was like their friends. Like if his friends called him, even if they didn't beat his ass, but just called him like, you goofy as hell, bro. Like, what are you doing? I'm supposed to be called to congratulate you, but you clowning your first 5 minutes. Like, that was what you did your first time as a champion. Yes. I don't know if he was on there in the past when they was. I don't know if that was his first ring or not. But it's just like, that's not champion behavior. Yeah. So it's like,
it sounds like a first ring.
Yeah,
like yeah. It's like his first ring.
Yeah. So it's like, I can't even his friend. I wish men. I feel like we touched on this before.
Yeah, it's something that we need
I
to
wish
talk more
men
about.
would just hold other men accountable. I wish there was somebody to be like, bro, what the fuck would you think? Because I definitely feel like I do that to my friends. Like, if they say something that I actually really think is OC, or they tell me they did something, like, I'll say, like, okay, but I think that's wrong. like, okay, like, you, like, live your life, but...
At least you know.
Yeah,
like,
but I don't...
Even if we don't agree, at least I can walk out of it feeling like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and guys don't do that. I feel like guys, they just look at you and be like, okay.
Right.
Hey, that's bro, so.
Yeah,
right.
like, whatever.
Right. Right.
Like, that's none of my business.
Exactly.
Like, it's never none of their business.
And that's... Oh, shit. And that's why, like, get looked at, women get looked at so, like we petty, or like we always in each other's business and stuff, because we just be trying to like seriously look out for one another. Mm-hmm. But like, if a dude is cheating on his girlfriend, the dudes around him are just like, you know, that's not my business. But like, let your friend be cheating on her man. It's like, okay, I'm gonna draw a line somewhere. You're gonna know that that's not acceptable.
I'm not gonna stop fucking with you. I'm not about to become like mad at you because of it, but you're definitely gonna know.
I'm not gonna say her name. I love her because it also was a misunderstanding. But I had a friend come to my house the other night with a dude that I know, and she got a man, and I had to ask her, like, what the fuck? What is this? Because not in my house, you're not bringing that energy up in here. And she was like, no, girl, no. And I was just like, okay, cool. But like, if she was doing that, she walked away from that situation. Now I'm like, okay, I can't pull that shit around her. Like,
yeah.
Because what does that say about your standards if niggas even feel like they can act that way around you? Like,
exactly.
They don't value you. They don't see you as somebody that they need to behave around or like be on their best behavior around.
But men strongly feel like everything is none of their business. Like, not necessarily that it's okay. They just always feel like it's none of my business, because on Poetic Justice, when Chicago was beating Aisha's ass, and Justice turned to him and was like, you ain't gonna do nothing? He said, shit, that's their business. Like, and it made all the sense in the world to him to just watch them fight and not intervene. And the only reason he intervened is because it affected him. And then he gonna tell him, what is you doing? That's a female, bro.
So was Aisha. Right. So was Aisha. Actually, okay, look.
Like, now it's absurd.
My favorite movie.
Now it's absurd. Like, not my girl. Like, you beat up her. You beat up your girl.
You beat your bitch.
Like,
my bitch, you leave her the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Because you'll get your ass whooped out here. And that was the most terrible fight, too. Like, that's
scuffle. Really got down.
That scuffle between Lucky and Chicago. That was the worst. And then he threw his brush. It was so stupid. Okay.
That brush meant something.
No, it did.
Because when he found it, he was like...
Like, I was just... Sometimes I call my mama. Because my mama and I just do, like, quotes all the time. And sometimes she'll pick up the phone and I'll be like, leave them hoes, man. She just cracks up. Anyway.
I hated Chicago in that movie.
Chicago was
nobody liked him.
He was
nobody liked him. Aisha barely liked him, but nobody liked him.
Right. No, she really didn't give a fuck about Chicago. But he was a hater. He was so negative. Like, he was the
brush that weak ass face.
No, we gotta keep going, right. She was so mean. Okay.
No, I understand. I'm not saying that it was okay, but how much is a nigga supposed to take? And then she paused.
Hurt him as far, like, she dug that knife in.
He was really trying.
And the end, to top it all off with the fucking somebody else. He said he had to digest it. He thought about it like,
she said that.
Like, I should slap her, right? Like, I should. Okay, right.
Backhand her.
We're gonna be watching that again soon.
I love that movie. Okay, sorry. That was completely out of...
So that can kind of go into our main word.
Definitely.
So, which is based off of, I'm good, love, enjoy. Because I'm sure you've all heard about Future's little endeavor with some...
He's the smoothest fuckboy on
pretty girl. I don't know who she is.
Yeah, I don't
know.
But
yeah, I was like, because the way she defended her, like, I don't think she's like a model or anything. Like, so just some regular schmegular, just some regular schmegular girl, from around the way. That apparently she just felt some type of way about her interaction with him. So she went to Twitter to vent, where she talked about meeting him, kicking it in the studio, everything was cool, texting, everything was cool. One day he asked her to fly out to Atlanta, cool, but you gotta pay me back, bet, get there. And his first thing is, you should be in some lingerie. And she's like, oh, no, I'm not on that. Oh, bet. The end.
Talk
And
to
then
you
she's
later,
like,
girl.
wait, so because I don't want to have sex with you, I'm not gonna see you at all. I'm good, love and joy. Which brings the question, because of course, Future was like praised a lot for his response. Like everybody loved it and went crazy. Then there were some people, and people were like blaming her, talking about like, well, what did you expect? And you should have known.
Yeah.
And then there were like other people that were kind of being like, yeah, girl, you know, like saying like, I feel you, like I would be upset too.
Yeah.
So it just brings the question: what are certain dating expectations? Like, are there certain things where is it different? Like, okay, if you just going to kick it at a dude's house, should you be expected? Like, no from jump, like, I should be expected to have sex or I shouldn't go?
Yeah.
Or is it, no, it's only like if you going out of state, like,
Yeah.
then should you be expected? Or should you never be expected? Because a bitch like me is going to say you should never be expected.
Right.
So,
First
it
of
just
all,
depends.
I think that it's really about it's about understanding that you can't read people, like especially nowadays. You really, genuinely, truly never know. I feel like back in the day, like people used to be like, I don't know. I feel like women used to always have like these, oh, you know if a man does this, or like you know when a man is on like immediately. And I don't think that that's the same way anymore, because I think that dudes either act really, really cool and really chill and it's very unreadable, or it's like they doing all this extra stuff.
Hypersexual.
They doing all this extra stuff, and then you find out that they were only doing the extra stuff because they just wanted to fuck anyway. But I think that for women, we should just understand that we need to not feel like the actions and the words have to match to a certain extent. I think so. Like actions are very important, but if you're like a girl who's like just real into like romance and like fantasy shit, like you can get very illusions can occur when you are looking at a dude and you're like, oh well, none of my bros do that for girls, or like dude he didn't fly out his baby mama, but he flew me out, like, and you would say, so that equals this. But you should probably then, when you start thinking those thoughts, you should be like, hey, so I read this as this, what does it mean to you? And he'd either go lie, which is a possibility, or he's gonna be like, no, I'm good, love and joy. Like, that's not what I meant. But I don't know, I don't think that anybody should ever be expected to have sex, but I think that women should expect that men expect sex.
And my main thing with that issue, with that whole situation, was that if I was her, because I'm the type of person that would have went and would have gotten on FaceTime and been like, I'm not, like, that's not what I'm here for. Like, that would have been me. And it's not so much that, because everybody was saying, like, she should have gone out, like, she should have known. And I feel like in a general sense, women, we always know that you want to, or that you're going to try or something at some point. But what I think is that you don't go into situations thinking that, and when I say no, it's gonna be a complete.
It's done.
I don't think she was ready for that.
Yeah,
like I think she knew. Like, I'm sure I'm going out here. We're staying in a hotel. You know, like, of course at some point something's gonna be tried. But she's thinking that she'll probably just be like, no, you know, like I don't want to, not today. And then they'll just continue with their trip because you asked me to come here. It's not like she was at home where she could just go back in the house. She got to completely fly back to where she was from. So I think that's the only thing. And that's why you have to talk about things,
be clear,
and discuss things, because I don't know if she gave us all the details or not. But if she didn't give us all the details and say he had been talking to her like sexual and saying little things like, ew, like, I can't wait to get you, you know, like just saying little things, and then she still went without making it clear that she was, then
she's bogus.
Then you got what you deserve, because and he has every right to be like, oh, well,
why
I told
you
you.
Make it seem like I'm a fuck thing?
Yeah, like,
or why didn't you correct me? Like, that's another thing too. And I think that women also don't utilize their voice. Like, a lot of times we get flirted with in ways, and we just feel like instead of making waves, like instead of being flat out like, no, this isn't that, like, just fuck it, leave it alone. But you don't understand that because you're continuing to allow it, he's sitting there thinking like, getting closer and closer to that pussy. Like, I'm gonna fuck. Like, I'm gonna be fucking by this time next Tuesday, like at the rate that we're going. And you like, no, back up. And then he got the right to be pissed off at you. Like, what the fuck you let me talk all that shit for?
And in that same token, if sex has never been discussed, If they really did just kick it that one time, everything was cool, casual, and we've been texting just cool, casual, and we never discussed sex before during this like courtship, quote unquote. When I get here, I am gonna be pissed if the first time you approach me about sex and I say no. Now it's just dead because
you should have told me.
Yes. If that was who you were and it was literally sex or nothing, that is something that you discuss. You don't have a girl or have a woman. You don't have anybody fly to you without you saying exactly what you're flying them there for. Yeah. And then get mad at that. Well, now he didn't get mad, but but you don't, cause she's the only one that lost here. It's like your future. You were already there. You didn't fly there for her. You were already there. You didn't end up giving her no money, so you didn't lose out on no money. Right. Like nothing changed in your life that day.
And she's probably just found someone else.
Right. I'm like, she's the one that like had to take the money, fly out there, leave home, then have to get a hotel as well because you only got paid for her hotel for one night, and she didn't know that either. Like she's the only one that lost out here.
And so that's why she was pissed too. Cause she's like, not only were you thinking that we were just gonna fuck, but you were just gonna fuck me and have me leave the next day. Like, we weren't even. You wasn't gonna take me to the museum or out to ice cream. Like none of that. No day trip.
Or back to the studio.
No. Yeah, she was real big on we kicking at the studio. You said I could go to the studio.
I feel like, cause when I think of celebrities and stuff too, like I think of like, I feel like it goes well. I feel like I envision the ones that are literally like, you know. I feel like they're different with every person they meet. Like there are the girls that they just like literally they meet. We going back to the room, let's fuck. There are the women that they enjoy enough where they actually will like, you know, kick it with as well as have sex with. And then there are the girls that actually make it to like, okay, this could be my girl or whatever. And I think that by their interactions initially not being sexual, she thought he was the latter. Yeah. Like she thought their situation was gonna be maybe at some point I will have sex with him, but we're cooling. Right. Like we cool. Like he likes me enough as a person. Like he's not about to just be like, no.
But so always I think when it comes to dating expectations, I think it's expect nothing. Don't expect anything out of anybody. Yeah. In life. Don't expect anything out of anybody. And in the event that you want something, you have to open your mouth and ask for it. You have to say, this is what I want. And then give them the opportunity to be like, okay, nah. Right. Unfortunately, people can, when you're being clear and when you're doing everything that you can do, people can still use that and fuck you over. But at least you were being clear. At least you know that you did what you were supposed to do. You can't be like, oh, well, I guess I didn't tell them that I wasn't trying to fuck. Like, you said what you said. And then that was it. But, and also don't be, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, women do whatever y'all want, but I just wouldn't be flying out nowhere. Like, I don't know. I don't know under what circumstances can my like rapper buddy be like, hey, meet me. I don't know. I just don't. My rapper buddy. I don't feel like I would do that. I don't feel like I would be like, okay, I'm flying out. And I don't think that I would do it in the sense of anything that's happening is dependent upon you. If you say to me, oh, we all gonna be at South by Southwest, like, you know, something like that where, okay, that's something that I would enjoy too. And I know for a fact that I can have other things going on, or I'm there because I want to be there and not just because you told me fucking come to Atlanta this random ass weekend and you're getting the hotel room. Like, no, I don't want anything to be dependent upon you. If we end up in the same spot, bet. Like, let's do it. If you end up in my city, bet. Let's kick it. But I don't think I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna hop on this plane and like, especially, no, that's not true. Never mind.
I think she also said too that because I think people were saying like, well, why the fuck, like, why would you fly out there? Like, why would you do that? You know, you don't really know him, you know, that well or something. You don't know this nigga. And she kind of said too, she was like, you know, this is kind of the lifestyle I live, period. Like, right. You know, like I'm moving around, like I'm like, you know, I go from city to city, you know, like I do this. So I think that also may have played a role in her decision making, because it's like for me, for somebody to invite me to Atlanta and I just hop on a plane, that's absurd for me. Feasible. Yeah, like I don't, like that's just not how I move. But if I'm the type of girl where it's like, every other weekend I could be in a different city, hosting a different party. You know, like I'm just out and about like that. Then asking me to hop on another plane is not like this is what I do. If it wasn't there, I might have went somewhere else. But it's like this time I'm just doing it because you asked me to. But it's like her lifestyle seems to be kind of like, you know, just that moving and shaking. So, but yeah, girls, just everybody, girls and guys, just be considerate. Be considerate. Just that's it. Just be considerate, and don't think that being rich or being a celebrity or being anything should ever excuse you from having to care about somebody else's feelings.
That too.
Like
that too.
Just let that girl know. Don't have nobody.
Yeah. Because if you never ever said, that's true.
Like,
that's
don't have nobody.
I don't think that he was wrong for being like, this isn't what I thought it was going to be, so bye. But I do understand, like, the position that she was put in. But also, I just want people to stop praising him because I'm sick of people praising niggas for doing the fucking bare minimum. Like, everybody kept saying, like, well, he could have been pressuring her for sex. He could have been like, oh, well, I paid for that room, and I did this, and I did that, so you gotta fuck me. And it's just like, damn, are our standards really that low? Like, are niggas really this trash that we're like, oh, he didn't force her at all. Like, he didn't even bring it back up again. Yay, he loves women. Like, no, that's not what that is. He just was like, oh, let's go to the other bitch. I'm sure he was like, first of all, if I'm trying to relieve myself and you are what I thought was convenient for the night and you just told me that's not happening, I'm moving on to the next thing. I'm not about to sit here and jerk my dick and then come and play with you anyway. I'm about to go fuck someone else probably. So, no, that doesn't make him a great guy, guys. It just means that he's focused. He has tunnel vision. He knows what he wants. It wasn't over there, so he moved on to something else.
All right. They just both caught themselves in
not a master of respecting women.
I don't want to say fuckboy situation, but in a something mirroring a fuckboy situation.
Very smooth
and she just and she just caught the short end of the stick. So anyways, so just knock it the fuck off to all that shit. And in knock it the fuck off, we got Donnie.
That's
out
really
here.
Hilarious to me.
Y'all boy
No one's saying our president, nothing. So Donnie's talking about, like, that's so funny.
Y'all boy
We got y'all homeboy Donnie out here wilding. So of course, ever since he's been in office, all the athletes, not all but a lot of athletes and all celebrities, everybody has been declining to go to the White House. Like, nobody wants to go. Everybody's like, no thanks, we'd rather not. So both Golden State and the Cavs had already expressed that if they win, I won't be going. Like, we don't want to go. So Donnie, during like a press conference or something of the sort, was like, I did not ask Steph Curry and I did not ask LeBron James to come. And he's like, if they don't want to be here, he's like, they don't have to be here. And he's like, so they're not invited. And he was like, but we have had other teams. We've had the Patriots. First of all,
what the fuck are you talking
that's
about?
Not a word. that's not a team. Okay, first of all. And then like he went on to name some other random teams that have like come to the White House. But so many knock it the fuck offs in that. First of all, Patriots is not a thing. The name is Patriots. First of all. Second of all,
and as a so American person, you would just think that
right.
Patriot would be first to come.
And second of all,
Patriots.
It's like you can't take away somebody's invitation that didn't accept it.
Didn't nobody want to
come? I've already said that's like when you was like dating when you was little kids and you be like, I don't like him, and then the boy turn around like, I don't like her either. Like, it's like I already said I didn't like you, boy. Like, you can't. like don't try to. It's too late.
That's how I talk.
I beat you for real. To the punch. Like, it's too late for you. And then third of all. That he is. And third of all, I don't even like how when addressing the situation, he said, I didn't invite Steph Curry and I didn't invite LeBron. Steph Curry and LeBron would not have been the winners of the championship by just Steph Curry and LeBron. Like, it's Golden State and it's Cleveland Cavaliers. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. I feel like
it was either that or nigger team, so he did a good job. We'll give him that.
It's hurtful. I feel like it's hurtful for teams that do have those high profile players that like, and I feel like when they don't get acknowledged for like their work and stuff. But like, not the president literally was like, I didn't invite LeBron, I didn't invite Steph Curry. Like, okay,
because those are the ones who hurt his feelings.
Right? Like he lets y'all know. Like he lets you know all the things that like other people like could like possibly be thinking, but things that people don't say. He lets y'all know flat out. I was only concerned about LeBron and Steph Curry.
The team
I didn't really care about the rest
And
of
I
the
really,
team.
really wanted them to come.
Right.
And
That's
now I'm
who I
pissed.
wanted.
That
Right.
was fuck them.
So since
That
I'm
was
mad
fuck
at
fucking
them, I'm
LeBron.
just gonna be mad at y'all just because. But I'm really just mad at LeBron and Steph Curry. Like nobody else. None of the rest of the organization.
Because all
Just
I wanted
those
to
two.
do was be racist, and no one's letting me. Like, what the fuck is wrong with him? He's like a drunk toddler. Like, he really reminds me of the episode of Family Guy where those little kids were on their tricycles. They were drunk as fuck. Like, and they were like, his chin looks like a balls. Like, that's what Donald Trump reminds me of. A literal
He's
drunk
such a gross
toddler.
man.
He can't even spell his wife's name, y'all. Like, he's
Such
just,
a gross
he's a
human
joke.
being.
Like, if nothing else, like, yes, are we in turmoil? Yeah. Like, if he could, is he going to lead us straight to hell? Probably. But the least we can do is just laugh at just like, this is happening.
Ridiculous.
Like, this is really truly happening.
It's just a live reality show.
Oh my god.
Like it's just live footage
It's
every
fine.
day.
So
Like it's just live footage. I also have another quick, not get the fuck off, that I just thought about that came to my mind. So IHOP is trying to change their name. They're changing the acronym. They let you know with a teaser that the acronym will be changed to IHOB, like with a B. And so everybody had been guessing like what is the change? And at first people were like, breakfast. Like that makes sense. And that did make sense. But no, somebody saw like a preview of like their new menu.
Burgers.
It's burgers. Like, it's probably going to be burgers. They have, like, this big menu of, like, all these new steak burgers that they're going to be trying to, like, push. And it's going to be, like, their new big thing. Knock it the fuck off. Like, just stop. This is not your, like, especially y'all have been successful. It's not like y'all haven't been successful at pancakes. It's not like people just never gravitated towards it. And then the CEO was finally like, okay, guys, we really got to do something different. We really got to bring in customers. Let's try burgers or something. Like, you're doing just fine. Yeah. Nobody's coming to buy your hamburgers. Like, for what? Why would I do that? And not just that you want to sell them, you literally want to change what you're known for. You're saying no one wants to understand as the International House of Burgers. Like, consider us.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
Like
so
what?
long IHOP.
No.
After what? Like, how long has it been? Like 50, 60, like, of pancakes. Now you're saying, come to us for your burger needs.
Burger needs.
No.
I could vomit.
I won't do it. And actually, IHOP makes my favorite pancakes, and everybody knows breakfast is my favorite meal of the day. And it actually makes me not want to eat there at all now. It makes me not want to even eat your pancakes because now, y'all tripping. Y'all just tripping. I don't feel like I can trust you. You make very brash decisions that just weren't well thought out, and I don't trust your cooks anymore.
Yeah.
So,
I never really fucked with IHOP. Like, IHOP, the extension of IHOP for me was just when I'm drunk. I don't like pancakes to that extent, so I don't really fuck with their pancakes.
Some of my favorite.
I cannot eat pancakes. Like, I just cannot. It grosses me out. Like, I like the taste of pancakes and syrup, but I need a forkful and I'm done. I cannot just sit up and eat. The thought of it really makes me want to gag. Like, it's just gross to me. So I've never fucked with pancakes.
I'm not a pancakes person either.
So I
Putting them up on all those all-you-can-eat pancakes.
talking about the fact that isn't even a thing.
pancakes.
The fact that all you can eat pancake day or National Pancake Day and you go in and can just get that makes me want to vomit. The fact that is even how many pancakes are you about to
The only thing about, and that's the thing, the only thing about that is I think of that the same way Red Robin has like unlimited fries. Like they're big, but I mean like it's in the
they're not
it's
big
a
fries.
big fry, so it's like you're not about to sit there and get basket after basket. Same way with pancakes. I run to IHOP on unlimited pancake day to eat my 2 and then get some more. But when I get the other 2, I'm really sitting there like, like I have to have unlimited. Like I force myself to eat 2 more. Like I just have to have 4 pancakes because I can.
Unlimited shrimp makes sense.
Bitch, if anybody ever did that, how much money would you pay to eat? I would pay.
Red Lobster don't do that.
Red Lobster does that, or some.
I feel like
I'm
they
talking
do
about
like
some real shrimp.
I mean,
some real
nobody else does that.
Like if Lawrence's did that, like if you could go to Lawrence's and pay $50 to get all you can eat, like oh my god.
Don't say nothing else to me.
Wow,
Yeah.
I would do that. I would pay $50 and I would sit there for so long.
Should be a seafood
so many.
fest.
Wow.
I would still get full. That's why I'm not a huge fan of buffets because it's like it's so much food at my disposal. So it's like I want to taste everything, but I'm still gonna be full when I get full. Yeah, like I have to literally, but it's not like how the men that come in there like and they just plates up to here each time. Like it's unlimited, y'all. Like I can't.
What you mean is Brianna. That's what I do at buffets. I definitely take advantage of a good buffet.
Yeah,
all the time. Because good buffets are not common no
easy
more.
to come by. Yeah.
Like, even the buffets that I used to fuck with when I was little, I grew up to know that they're actually disgusting. Like, my mother loves going to... My mother has a questionable palate. Some of her favorite foods is like, are you for real, girl? Like, my mother would eat Olive Garden every single day, and she loves Golden Corral. And it's just like,
Golden Corral.
You're disgusting. You're disgusting.
I don't go to any of those buffets.
They're disgusting.
Yeah,
Golden Corral is the worst too because Golden Corral is always trying to like pin off this real food stuff like prime rib and like I don't want to eat that shit. Golden Corral. Anyway,
the name just sounds like you shouldn't trust it.
Like let's go to the Golden Corral. Like that's not.
What's corral mean?
Is it?
Anyone
Never, I
know?
was about to lie. She don't know.
I feel like our vibe specialist would know. Oh, I was like, I feel
I
like he tends to know all the random like facts. Like, it just means.
I was literally about to say it's a color, right? Because I was thinking about coral. And I was like, no.
I feel like it's a celebration.
It's a hard, stony substance.
And that's what y'all eat. That's what y'all eat. That's where y'all go.
You're eating gold, hard, stony substances. That's what they're selling. Go, bros. Anyways, forget it.
Sorry.
Praise is due. Talk about good things. Enough of the bad things. So, last week we talked about Kim Kardashian meeting with Donald Trump to discuss getting clemency for
Alice Marie Johnson.
And lo and behold, it works. A week later, we learned that he signed off. She's been released. She's been out. She did like a brief interview somewhere since then. Kim had tweeted about it being the best news ever. And just praise is due to just that specifically. Because I feel like that's just a certain thing where it's kind of like, regardless of like disliking Donald Trump, or like disliking Kim, it's just like, but somebody's home now. That wasn't home yesterday. So just praise is due to that. I'm excited for her. I'm sure she's happy. She's been in jail for maybe like 30 years? 20 years?
In the 90s, right?
Yeah, like it's either early 90s or late 80s that she went.
Wow.
I don't know for sure, but I just remember like it was either like an early 90s thing or like a late 80s thing. So she's been in for an extremely long time. So and especially thinking that wasn't possible. Right. And now it is, like, just from somebody which goes to show the power of social media, y'all. Yes. And how it's like, as much as like I detest it at times and hate the way it works, it does so much good. Because without social media, nobody would have ever seen her story. Yeah. Kim Kardashian, much less, she would have never heard of that story to even think to want to get involved in it. So just shout out. So praise to her, Kim, and social media, just for the good things that you do in life, and not the bad.
Not the bad things.
Also, praises due to Deja Lowe, since it is Pride Month. It is Pride Month. She tweeted out or put it on Instagram, one of these social media sites, that this is past already. This was June 8th when she did this.
My mom's birthday.
Yay. She's posted that on June 8th that she would be paying for all marriage licenses. So just come on down. In New York. She was like,
not everywhere.
Yeah. She was like, come on down. Marriage licenses on me.
Yeah.
So
that's beautiful.
Praises
so
to beautiful today.
And I'm kind of Deja Lowe because
How are you?
I paid for some marriage licenses before.
Oh, in that case,
we all are.
Yay!
Shout out to that. No, but that's amazing. That's just beautiful. I love when people who are, like have the means to do so, show other people. I feel like she's setting a good example for her peers, for other famous people to be like, oh, I can help in that way. Because that's not even like a
that
huge
she
deal.
could afford. Like, because I feel like,
Right.
of course, I'm sure. I mean, not to get into her finances, but I'm sure Dej Loaf, like,
not
you know, you're not rich out here like fucking Jay-Z and Beyonce or whatever,
Right.
but she knows that I'm well off
Yeah.
than others,
If
and
I
that there
paid
is
for one marriage license,
right?
so
There's something I can do, and
Yeah.
just finding. And I also like that too. We know it's Pride Month, so we know that it's in celebration of gay marriage and same-sex marriages, but it's not. Just like she didn't exclusively say,
It's all about
like
love.
like any same-sex couples, I'll pay. It was really like you said, like just love. So shout out to Dej. I keep wanting to say Dirk and Dej.
Dirty days.
Shawty my Beyonce.
I really hate that song.
You just did that.
That's a horrible.
Your heart. You just
When you
love
say Beyonce, you gotta have some
Shawty,
passion.
That's a horrible song.
That is it's the worst song. I'm sorry.
I hate it.
No shade.
I
No
actually
shade.
did like them though.
The video was fantastic. It was really loving basketball all over again.
Yeah,
That was
that
her
was
thing.
cute. How old are they? How old was they when Love and Basketball came out? Like 5. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like 5. They're like 21.
Oh, I'm gonna show y'all these pictures in my phone because when I was in middle high school, nobody.
What?
I'm
Something new.
When I was
Brie got kicked out of school and sent to like the bad schools that had like different names, and they called hers middle high school.
I knew that about her.
no, I went to OW middle school.
They'd be like, "Where you go? You know I'm at the middle high school. it's not the regular junior high. It's the middle."
Please. What I'm trying to say is when I was in middle school, that's probably around the time. No, I don't think that's around. I don't know what year Love and Basketball came out.
90 something, right? Oh, no.
No,
I think
2000, like 2000,
2001,
2003.
Okay, so for whatever reason, I was in junior high and it was very popular for some reason. And everybody kept saying that I looked just like Sanaa Lathan, and I used to be so annoyed. But
That's a great compliment.
Right.
just annoyed. I don't like being told I look like people, and that's always been a thing of mine. But when I got older, now, I saw a picture of Sanaa Lathan when she was a little girl. She looks just like me. I have a picture in my phone side by side. I'll show y'all. But that,
If
I'm sorry.
anything, y'all definitely resemble each other now that you cut your hair. And you know, since her hair is cut, like I'm envisioning the way she's been looking.
she was
and
my,
y'all definitely do like.
She was like my guy. Like that was who I was looking at when I was trying to figure out how I wanted my haircut.
Right.
Mhm.
Definitely Sanaa Lathan's haircut.
It came out in 2000, so they're all pretty close.
Yeah, but yeah. So whatever reason, it had like spiked up again in junior high, and everybody was all into it.
Right, so 2000.
Cause
These celebrities nowadays, we born in 96. So
First of all, they
yeah,
do.
they be born in 96, 97.
I mean,
so.
how old were we when Porter Justice and all that came out?
It's true.
Shoot, I don't know.
And we love that.
That's
movie.
my favorite movie.
Yeah.
And other movies too, like that. Like I mean, Wizard
Yeah,
of
the
Oz
black
is my
90s
favorite.
movies.
But anyway, yeah. So I was about to say something else, but whatever.
So praises due to Sanaa.
Yeah, praises to Sanaa Lathan for being a bad bitch and possibly biting Beyonce, but still denying it. That's fine. But
Oh.
She wouldn't do that.
I don't think she would either. But it was just
Like for what?
it was like wild. That it was just wild. I don't know. That was such a wild story to me. It was hilarious.
That story's so
It's
dumb
so
to me.
funny.
I hate that story.
I love how Tiffany said that Beyonce. Like Beyonce was like, she is on drugs.
Yeah, it's like, it's a lot that I can't.
I want to see this as
Process.
like a dramatic, like you know how on Cartoon Network or like Comedy Central, like they do like a dramatic cartoon remake or something. I would love to see that.
Oh, or like you know when who's the guy that's in head of the Roots, the bigger
Questlove.
guy? Yes, when he did
Yeah.
like a reenactment of like his story about Prince.
And Common did too.
Yeah, like
I
that.
love those. I love
That would be amazing if Tiffany Haddish did one
I would
like
love
that,
that.
for
Tiffany Haddish do
the
that.
Beyonce story. Yeah,
Do we
like
know
a
any
little
cartoonists?
animated thing, just what they used to do for Guy Code
'Cause
when
I
they
wanna
would say
see
their
that.
best nights ever. Like
yes,
just
that's
a
what
quick,
I want to
yeah.
do. Sorry, okay, this is off subject.
You want to make one of those?
That's what I want
I
to
know
do.
somebody that could help you make one of those.
Huh?
I don't think I know that person too, right?
Huh?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, yeah, it is him.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. No. I said no.
Okay, anything in Life is a Catalog? I have Life is a Catalog this week. My Life is a Catalog Never mind. No, it's not. Sorry. I already fucked up. I lost it. How dare you?
I was like,
how dare y'all gaslight me?
No, because
I'm sorry.
It's so important.
I'm getting like
I'm hot.
drunk and I'm tired.
Maybe that's why, because I'm drinking. I was like, I'm getting so hot now.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. This is as good a time as
Wrap
ever
it
to tell
up.
you bye. And please continue to do all the things that you've always done and follow us on all places to be followed. You can follow us at Away with Words the Podcast on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, and on YouTube. So make sure that y'all are subscribing and liking and all of that stuff. And also the YouTube channel, if you have not noticed, is now the Yamash YouTube channel because we're going to be giving you so much more content. Make sure that you check out Busted Up with Reed Stories. I'm going to be trying to do that every week. So check that out as well. Go to yamash.com, subscribe there. Make sure you just don't miss us. You can follow me at on Instagram at Reed Stories, on Twitter at Reed_stories, on Instagram for Tati.
You never mess this up.
Nah, what's wrong with you?
I'm going through a thing.
You never do this. Get it together. I'm like,
You can follow Tati on Instagram at Tati, at Tati, and follow at Ajna.
What?
At Ajna.
what? I think you said that wrong.
No,
She
I
said
said
it
it.
right.
you say?
She said it right.
I was like,
At
what?
Instagram at Tati.
Oh, okay.
I'm falling apart. I really just gotta get this out.
Falling apart.
You can follow Ajna.
Everything's been falling since
at
you got
Ajna
here.
Asia everywhere. Yes, everywhere. You can follow at MJM Kid.
What are you doing?
It's so I can see. People can see
Please
me.
follow at MJM Kid and hit him up for all of your photography needs if you're in the Chicagoland area. I'm so sorry.
Remember Jessica Alba in the movie? She was like,
Talking
for
about so
no
many movies
reason.
today.
For no
I'm
reason.
done.
She was like, she was so happy.
I'm just, yeah.
I'm hot.
I'm
Okay.
drunk.
Bye.
Okay.
I said, okay, bye.
Okay, everybody say bye.
Bye.